Welcome to the latest episode from Garbolino Midland Match. It's part 2 of our little campaign we've got at Patshull Park. Now, there is only 2 hours of the match left. I was going to film it from the off, but we're so restricted on space on the peg we drew, and with the wind and the rain it was going to be really awkward. But I've had 6 proper bream. 6 proper bream, sort of like £3 up to close to double figures, and I thought I've got to put the cameras on. So we've got 2 hours of the match left, and hopefully be able to get you a few on camera, because it is turning into rather a nice day. Now, we drew peg 32, which is a lovely peg, sort of the deeper end of the shallows, very narrow though, as you can see. Oh. There we go, straight into another one. 4 minutes. So I'll give you a run through the rigs, because we have made a few tweaks from last week where we struggled and we didn't quite get it right. But as you can see, with the improvement in the weather today, we have started to snare a few. So I'll land this one. I'll give you a rundown of the tweaks and changes we've made to the rigs and the tackle, as well as the bait, because we have made quite a big change to the feeding. There we go, that's number 7 in the net. He's decided to wake up. Dump that down there. Let's try and hold him up for you. Absolutely beautiful, pristine Patshull Park bream. So we get him in the net. Everything's absolutely caked in slime. Right, rig wise, I'll quickly do this because I don't want to miss this visit. I've had no small skimmers today, which I can't quite work out. I've literally had all big bream. We have got the distance rod set up at sort of 80 metres. It's about 20 metres off the far bank, because we are the last peg before the arm. So my thinking was, anything coming around that corner out of the arm, we can intercept it. But to be honest, I haven't even chucked it in yet. We've had the tweaks we've made. We've got braid direct. We've swapped the rod out for the light G feeder one light, just because it's a bit softer. And then we've gone braid direct, just a snap swivel, and then an elasticated hybrid feeder with a snap swivel on the end. I've changed the elastic in that. I've put the Garbolino 4 to 6 hollow in that, super soft, and it's been brilliant. And that's purely to sort of counteract the braid direct. And to be fair, I mean, we've had a carp £15 as well, which was a lot of fun on a light feeder rod with braid direct, but we landed him no problems. Hook bait wise, just a 6mm pink wafter, loading our feeder up just as you normally would. I'll chuck this out and I'll run through the bait with you. I definitely think after our mistakes last week, we've made a few tweaks and we've definitely got it right today. So we've got that clipped at 42 metres. He's blowing an absolute hoolie, which is making it fun with the bow in the line and the toe. Right, as I said, we've got that clipped up 42 metres. I've been on that line since the off, and I initially fed, to start with, 5 large feederfuls of our mix, which is ground bait, a few micros, a few pinkies, a few dead pinkies. That's purely because I had half a pint of dead pinkies left in the freezer, so I thought I'd whack them in. But our mix today, our ground bait mix, we've been using sort of a low fish meal content, which I don't think has been right. So today we've gone for 3-part mix. Had a pint of the crushed green expander from So Simple, a pint of the fine skimmer, which is super sweet. Little bit of fish meal in it, but super sweet. And it's like clouds up beautiful. It's a lovely fine mix. And then we've had a pint of this prototype ground bait I've been working on with Sev at So Simple, which is rich, really fish meal rich. So we've mixed them 3 together. So our mix today is a hell of a lot more potent fish meal wise, and really rich, really sweet, really rich. So yeah, that's our mix. I've put 5 in of them at the start, fished it straight away. I've had a 10-minute cast of nothing, and then my second and third cast I've had a bream, both on 5 minutes, and then I had another cast of nothing, and then I had another bream. So they're definitely responding to that feed. They're definitely coming into that feed. And then I've sort of had, I was unsure then, I've had sort of 3 or 4 10-minute casts with nothing, not a sign, not an indication, nothing. No small skimmers, I don't know what's going on with them, but they don't want to play ball today. But literally nothing. And I was umming and ahhing about going on the long line. So I thought, no, I'll try repeating the process, what we've done at the start. So I put another 5 feederfuls in. And then we had another 10-minute cast of nothing. And then the second cast, we had another bream. Third cast of that second feed, we had another bream. Then we had the carp. And then we've just had them 2 bream. That last bream you've seen and one before. So I think only sort of, there's 2 hours left. So we're just going to stick on this line now. We're just going to keep casting. If I get 2 casts of nothing, 2 10-minute casts of nothing, I'll repeat the process. I'll put another 5 feederfuls of our mix in. Oh, that's a big liner. Big liner. Yeah, and then we'll just pretty much sit on that. So hopefully we'll be able to get you a few more fish on camera. Now the reason I've made the tweaks to the rod, because it is all new to me, this style of fishing. I haven't done it for a long time. And we did make a few mistakes last week with the feed and just not getting it right. Chopping and changing too much. And so this week I've been chewing. Sci-Fry's been brilliant. It's the benefit of social media now and people you know and all that type of thing. You can chew their ears off, which I've been doing with Si. And it was his idea to fish the braid direct, which, to be fair to him, has worked absolute treat. So we've made that change, only on the short line. And then the elastic was Mark Price's idea. I've been speaking to him because I was worried about the standard white elastic that comes with the stems. I was worried about that being, because I've been bumping off them small skimmers, too heavy, and I'm just pulling the hook out of the mouth. So we swapped to the 4-6 hollow, which, to be fair, it worked absolutely brilliant. That's been a real game changer. I mean, I haven't yet to hook a small skimmer on it because we haven't had any today. But it's handled the bream and even that carp. I mean, there was probably 3 foot of elastic stretching out that stem. with that carp on, and it was no problem at all. So there are main changes. Bait wise, the main change has been less micros, more ground bait. There's definitely something in the micros with targeting the bream and the skimmers. The hybrid feeder is definitely the one. 100% hybrid feeder over the more traditional feeder, especially on that short line. But we've put sort of, I'd say our mix has sort of got a ratio of, there was a kilo of ground bait and I've sort of put 2 big handfuls of micros in. But to our actual micros themselves, I've just used bog standard, like your fishery screens. I've soaked them up and I've put a big handful of the So Simple fluoro crushing, just for that fleck of colour, and they've also got a sweet tinge to them as well. So a big handful of that just for the colour. And then I've also added to that a massive glug of the Beninian, the So Simple bait Beninian Boost. It's like a really thick flavouring, like a syrup type thing. I added massive glug of that to the micros when they were soaking, mixed it all together, let it soak it all in, and that's gave them a real proper rich, well, banana flavour, but a sort of rich sweet smell. Made them quite sticky as well, which is ideal for feeder. Another massive liner then. There's a few fish down there. So yeah, we've done that to the micros, and we've don't know whether the pinkies have made a difference. It's literally just what I had in the freezer, so I've just chucked them in. I've just wanted, the idea was to try, well, we was targeting these small skimmers, and the idea was just to get them to come in and graze and mill around on the ground bait, you know, grubbing around for the little pinkies and the little micros in the ground bait. So we've learnt from last week, less micros is definitely better, but micros are also the key. Last week we put 10 in at the start, which it worked in terms of our initial impact, but then after that we really struggled, so I dropped that down to 5. I think that's helped. And then sort of I've been chopping and changing the hook bait. I don't think that's made a real difference. I think they're literally, if they're there, they're going to have it. I've alternated between the yellow So Simple gofters, which are a bottom bait. That's purely to replicate like a grain of corn and that type of thing. And then I've also been using the 6mm pink wafter. You see the wind's really picked up now, which is ideal. Weather conditions absolutely perfect compared to what it's been like the past sort of month with that heat wave. The temperature's dropped. It's sort of hovering around the 15-16 degrees. The wind's picked up, so we've got a lovely ripple on. We've had that bit of rain as well, which has helped massively. So yeah, it was overcast. The sun's just broke through though. It was overcast, and I just think all them elements added together, pressure's dropped, have woke them bream up, and I've decided to have a munch. I did fancy it for a few bites today. I thought we'd have a few skimmers with the odd bream, but it has been the polar opposite. And I was expecting to get them on that long line, sort of as they come around that point where the army's up there, around that point and working their way down the shallows. We'd intercept them on that, but apart from clipping it up at the start, I haven't even touched that rod. So yeah, I'll give this, let's have 10 minutes, so we'll give that another cast. A couple of big liners. If we don't get anything on this cast, after this cast, I'll put another 5 feeder fulls in, and we'll just try and keep the Net's ticking over. I've only got one net at the minute, but if we do get one more bream, I'll have to jump up and grab another net. And yeah, so we are filming a live match, but it's a bit of a different one, as I've already got 6 bream in the net, and I've only just switched the cameras on. So hopefully we get you a couple more. I've been itching to get the cameras out, but we've had sort of, I really wanted to film today because I fancied it for a few bites, but we had such heavy rain showers and such a narrow peg and awkward to get the camera in. But once we sort of had that, once we've pretty much having a really good day with them bream, I thought I've got to try and switch the cameras back on and film part 2. I am slowly, as I am really getting into this natural fishing now, I am slowly getting some gear set up and designated purely for the naturals. As at the minute I am chopping and using the same gear for commercials and naturals. So on the distance one I've got mono, but I really want braid. I've got myself another couple of rods ordered, a couple of reels as well, and I will load all them with braid and have a designated natural setup. And yeah, I decided to turn this into a bit of a mini campaign type thing, as I am pretty much learning as I go along. And I just thought we'd make a nice little series on video, just to sort of learn as we go along and see if we can crack it. The match itself today is all on the shallows, but it's split into 2 sections. Quite a good turnout, so we've had to use we've sort of got the proper shallows up there, sort of 3 down to 34, 35 on the shallows, and then they've used the jetty peg, which is the start of the deeps, on 37. That's a good peg. So if we're catching bream down here, I'm fully expecting them lads further up to be catching as well. But yeah, at the minute we've got sort of, well, we got 7 or 6 bream. 7 bream. Sorry, we had that one just as we turned the cameras on. We've got 7 bream. We've got a couple that are proper slabs, sort of 7 to 10 pound mark. A couple of them. A couple around the 3 pound mark, and then the rest are sort of 4 to 6. Still can't work out why them small skimmers are not having a munch. But when you're catching bream like that, you can average 3 of them an hour for the whole match. It's 15 bream. You'll be more than happy with that. So yeah, we'll have this chuck. We'll sort of give this one, all the bites I've had have been within 5 to 6 minutes. We've had one a lot earlier, one after sort of 3 minutes, but the rest of them have been between 5 and 6 minutes. So that's definitely the bite times. I was having 10-minute casts, but I think I'm going to have 8 minutes. The last couple have had 8 minutes. So we'll give this sort of another 6 minutes, and then we'll no bites, no indications or anything. We'll put another 5 feederfuls of our mix out, and yeah, we'll go from there. Rod wise, like I said, we swapped it for the light. It's the Garbolino G Feeder 1 light, 11 foot. I've paired that with the Hexium 5000 reel, which are both sort of the reels mid-range, the rods are the budget rods. I can't reiterate how good they are for the money. Absolutely brilliant rods for the money. And the braid is Garbolino, what it's called, Garbolino braid 010. And we've printed, like I said, we're fishing it direct. I've stuck the shock leader off. Just got it tied to a swivel, snap swivel. I'm just clipping the feeder on. And at the minute, it's working fantastic, especially paired with that lighter elastic. Really happy with how that 4 to 6 hollows performing through the stem. I mean, that carp on braid direct on a light rod as well, it was ripping me arm off. And we got him back in, and then he went down through the reeds here. I thought, oh, that's a nightmare this is. But got him back out, and at one point I didn't think the elastic was going to snap, because there was about 3.5 foot of this yellow 4 to 6 hollow stretched. But it done the job. We landed him, even though we don't count for anything. He's about 15 pound. Lovely, stunning fish, fin perfect fish, fully scaled mirror. But yeah, tackle wise, with the changes I've made, I've also gone up to a size 12 as well. I was using a 14, but I stepped up to a size 12. That's a Camazon B980, so quite a strong hook, just on the hybrid with the spike. And yeah, I'm happy with how our changes are working today anyway. Right, we've just topped up with that 5. Get it straight back out there. Now the previous couple of feeds, we've sort of had one 10-minute cast at the start with nothing, and then we started catching our fish. So fully expecting this to fly around within 2 minutes and make it look like I'm talking a load of shit. Definitely responding to that feed going in. So hopefully we can have another run of them big bream on camera for you. There is some rather nasty looking grey clouds coming over though. If you just start chucking it down, I will have to turn the cameras off. At the minute we're alright. Hopefully with the wind blowing all that way, they're going to bypass us. Over there where the wind's coming from, it's still blue with white clouds, blue skies and white clouds. Hopefully we'll miss that little rainstorm. Right, survived that little shower. Just dropped another net in because I don't want to have to get up again. We've just had a little more fish. We've just had a massive liner and drop back after sort of 9 minutes. So hopefully we'll chuck this back out and there'll be a few fish down there waiting for us. Sort of, it was an hour and 20, hour and 15 minutes left of the match. So hopefully we can get ourselves another little run off that feed. We still have time to put another feed in. Have another run, so potential another 2 runs of fish. Hopefully that's it for the rain. Sun's breaking back out again now. So I know we've got that one bream on camera. I do want to try and get you some more. If we don't have a curse of the camera, and we don't have that same pattern that we've had throughout the match of feeding and then having that run of fish straight after, with there only being sort of hour and 15, hour and 10, whatever it is left, if we have sort of, I don't know, 3 or 4 8-minute casts with no fish, and there is only an hour left, I have a feeling that is not a bream. That is going to be one of our mud pig friends, because if that is a bream, it's a big bream. I think we may have one of our carp friends on. Which on this light rod with direct braid is a lot of fun. Might surprise us and be a tench, but I think we're clutching at straws there. Another one of our mud pig friends. Fight like stink on this braid. He does not fancy being netted. Big double by the look of it. Been perfect, these fish are. Oh, that was a lot of fun. Absolutely crazy in the net. It's been a day of zoo creatures today. Had some lovely bream. A couple of these creatures that sadly don't count. Get them straight back. Absolutely fin perfect and carp, are they? Mad to think them carp boys come down here days on end, day and night, for 1 or 2 bites, and we've had 2 in 5 hours on 4 and 6 mil wafters and gofters. I'm going to change that hook actually. It looks like he's straightened it out. Straightened out a B980. Mental. Now I don't want to tempt fate. But the last carp we had was closely followed by 3 big bream straight after. Straight back out there. It appears the carp love our groundbait mix as well. As well as our micros, super sweet micros. Here we go, 2 minutes into that cast. Hooked up to another bream. I've got the drag set quite soft, purely because we had them absolutely mental mud pigs and we are fishing braid direct. So this is definitely a bream. Broke the curse of the camera. broke the curse of the new net. And it is another lovely stamper Patshull Park bream. Absolutely caked in slime. I'm not going to moan about. So if we can get a nice run of them going again in this final hour, I'm more than happy. That takes us to 8. So if we can get like, I mean, the dream would be sort of 5 more. But realistically, if we can get sort of 2 or 3 more, I'd be more than happy. There we go. Proper vicious bite that one was. Hoping it's a bream. I'm going to tear arse it off like a carp. Yes, I think this is another bream. I think we're about to get wet. I will try and leave the cameras on, because I don't want to turn them off. We'll try and sit through it. Oh yes, quite a big bream as well. Oh, beautiful. What we want. A couple more of them and we will be more than happy. Lovely big chunky 6-7 pound. They're the ones we want. Give him a chance to recover. And away he goes. Let's get her straight back out there before we get soaked. I'm going to just gamble with the cameras and leave it running. Although that is one hell of a big rain cloud coming over. I desperately want to get you some footage. So we're going to leave it running. And that was bream number 9. So if we can get 2 more, I'll be more than happy. Quite a long bite as well. It was about 9 minutes, that one. Right, so match has just finished. Just weighed in. Absolutely monsoon down like 5 minutes before the all out, so we had to switch the camera off. But yeah, we've had a lovely day's fishing. For once our little tweaks and changes have actually worked. No small skimmers though, which I found really strange because we've been catching them for fun for the past few weeks. But we've literally just had 9 bream, 9 proper bream and 3 carp that don't really count, but we landed all them as well. But we've literally fished one line all day, 42 metres, hybrid feeder. We've put 5, tweaked our ground bait like we said, 5 feeder falls in and just fish it out and then top it up and repeat the process. So our 9 bream have gone £30, which was good enough for second on the day. £34 won it. So when we said we needed that sort of couple more at the end, and we wanted them 11 fish was our sort of target, that would have won us the match. But I've had a lovely day's fishing, so I can't grumble at second. I had some proper nice bream as well today, which was nice. So yeah, we pretty much fished the hybrid all day, alternated between a 6mm pink wafter and a 4mm So Simple Gofter. On the Beninian one, the yellow one, and we just pretty much sat there and waited for the rod to wrap round. But yeah, had a lovely day's fishing. So we'll nice to get a few things right for a change, because we did mess up last week on the first video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you do want to see us cover anything else, any stuff on commercials or even naturals, just drop a comment below in the section or message us directly and we'll sort that out for you. And if you can, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.